My name is Theodore Cottingham, and I have a really important question for you. Are you willing to learn from you this day? Are you willing to speak words which you then learn from? Are you willing to write them with a pen? Record them on a device? What kind of device are you learning from? Someone else's device that's between their ears? And what have they accumulated there that they are disseminating, that they radiate, communicate, vacillate in, maybe sometimes, but promulgate? What are you absorbing into you? Just the thoughts of another? Or will you originate some yourself? Originate some? Will you be the originator? Will you let flow through you some original thinking? For you? To you? Using your own mind, your own vocabulary, your own diction and grammar too? Are you willing to learn from you? Are you willing to learn what you have inside you? Can you drink from the fountain that never runs dry? The fount of originality, the fount of creation. What are you creating the momentum of? Whose inertia are you languishing in no more? Your own? Will you be the waves not tumultuing about? Is that a word? Are you willing to learn a new paradigm of education, of spirituality, of religion? Not again, please. Don't sit on the pew and just be like little birds in a nest waiting for some mama bird or daddy bird to fly in and put a worm in its beak. You're no worm. Never were. You were never separate from God. The mind you have is not separate from God. What God is a race, a cosmic race. And we were part of it one time before we fell into what we created. We wanted to experience this division, hiding our thoughts from each other. What in the world did we want? Why did we want a world to experience us, or did we just want? We just wanted to do our own thing. But what if we don't give up our individuality? What if our uniqueness is more individuated than ever in the heart of God, in the uniqueness of God, in the ever-changingness of God? For God is not static. God is always creating. So I suggest the most important person you can learn from is you, in the still and quiet moments where your mind does not run you into the ground and pulverize you into its ions of its electric charges, its electronic charges, and the computations of its algorithms that we call words, thoughts, concepts. I suggest you are the creator of you. You are the creation of you. You are the light of the world. And you're coming back into being it again, if you will, if you don't reject it, if you become as you are, if you become who you are. So who are you when you lay this flesh down? Who are you when no one's looking? Who are you between your ears? Will you not abdicate your spirit, your responsibility, your accountability? Do you have accountability to you? Will you be accountable to you? Do you bear responsibility for developing your mind, your spirit, your body, your existence to come back into the holy place, the Holy of Holies, the first temple that we lived in as a part of, that was us before we ever lodged in this second temple between our ears? True Israel, my word, what a concept. What if the Bible is an allegory? No matter how truthful you think it is or not, how truthful it is or was, or how altered it was, does it give us a message? Does it speak to a larger story that's us in the cosmos? I say yes. I have channeled the first person words of God for many years. I experienced an education that teaches education comes from within, and it cannot be defeated by man. Hear me well. I suggest you are the most powerful person in your universe. And your universe of thought governs you, and you are the creator and the final judge. If you get judged at the end of your life, it will be by you. Because I suggest at that moment, you will have all knowledge available to you of what created the cosmos, how planets formed, peoples, species. There will be no mystery of God. It will all be there. It will all be in front of you, all around you, and you will realize what you could have had and operated in. And then you will look at you, your life on earth, and what you did with it, what you became, what you shielded yourself from, what you did to other people, but primarily you, when you had all the power in the world, and farther. And at that moment, you will understand the judgment, the final judgment. And you will be doing the judging of you. That's who your judge is. And I suggest the judgment of wisdom is to judge you, Christ, as one not separate, coming back into being it. The word Christ simply means the anointed one. The concept of a Messiah. What if you're it? What if each one is to its universe of thought, its universe of creation? There's no limit to what you can think, is there? You can think anything you want. You create your own reality, your own perceptions. And feelings, where do they come from? A combination of genetics, DNA of words, imprints, encodings in little waves that zip along, come into reality and annihilate each other in the invisible. Think about the possibilities in what you can create. I love you and I bless you. My name is Theodore Cottingham. I have a website at theodorcottingham.com. And I make some videos like this and have for years and years. There's, I don't know, 10 or 12 online now at YouTube. The most important thing of this message today that I'm asking you to consider, to ponder, to allow the seed of in you, is that you can learn from you, if you will. It requires humility. It requires time. And it requires surrender. Surrender to acknowledge. Surrender to build confidence. Surrender to begin something along a path that maybe you need training wheels for. Maybe you come into these videos to learn all you can from them, ponder them, that I've made, and my website, and some of the writings that God has given me. There's 2,400 messages that God has given me, transcribed, that you can read, download, search online. So search for the phrase, pick up your pen, search for the phrase education. Search on the word paradigm, or put quotes around a new paradigm and search for that. And you can see sometimes many, sometimes dozens or hundreds of documents where a certain word, phrase, concept has been mentioned. And I suggest you have the ability to do that too. You can channel, you can write, you can learn. Value your words and value the values, not of the Christian Christ and the elementary constraints of all that's confined there, but the larger picture, and be a cosmic citizen. Well, I love you. Please be willing to learn from you. Take time to listen to the still small voice within. And no matter what wind and war may rage outside of you or seemingly inside you, you have the power to be the real you. And that's my message. We are all eternal, immortal, glorious ones coming back into the unity of one. Namaste. I love you this day. Share these words. Investigate the website, the school I'm starting. Maybe you start it. Be the unlimited you. Bless you. Good day. I'm in Eureka Springs for now. Theodore Cottingham. Good day.